This week, RPM adds the Azores, the land of the flowers, to its portfolio of rally-mad islands. The action is fast and furious, as some of the world's stars, including our own Niall McShea, have been imported to spice up the local field in this luscious land that is owned by the Portuguese and situated halfway between Europe and America. Welcome to Rallye Açores in São Miguel, the largest of 9 islands in the middle of the Atlantic. You know, Christopher Columbus dropped in here on his way back. Guess what I've found, he told the excited locals, who at first thought he was a pirate and not a great world adventurer. Where our great rally adventurer, Niall McShea, is back here almost 500 years later to try and plunder the event and to show the locals how quick he is on their volcanic gravel roads.
Immediate slot medium left on crest, into absolute right, and absolute crest, 20, and short absolute left, 50, and don't cut absolute left, into long, easy running.
Delgada, the capital of São Miguel, is dressed and ready for the round of the Portuguese, Azores and European Rally Championships. And as a counter in the European Series, that means that the entry is restricted to Group N and Super 1600 cars only. However, as 99% of the surfaces used in the two-day event are on gravel, the absence of World Rally cars is hardly noticed. But our story starts the day before, in the rain, when Niall McShea and his old production World Rally rival Christian Solberg gathered for the Shakedown stage. It's a chance to get acquainted with their Rallye Italia Mitsubishi team cars, which strangely have been imported from France. And that may explain why there's been a little mistake in the spelling of Niall's co-driver's name. It should have read Killian Duffy. But life must go on in the Azores, and the arrival of the French Mitsubishi team, or indeed a very important guest, isn't going to affect the milk deliveries. Not even when it's the president.
He just told me that this is the first time ever in the history of the Azores that a president has went in the car, so I think maybe the first and the last, you never know.
Kissing babies, shaking hands, pressing flesh. It's all part of the political game when you're trying to get votes. But when a president agrees to sit alongside a World Rally champion, now that's way above and beyond the call of normal political duties.
Niall, bring it back in one piece.
In one piece.
Thank you.
I try my best.
This time is very interesting for me, and I think it's very good that the institutions can support this organization, which is very important for the Azorean people and for the external promotion of our region. That's why I'm here, and but I'm liking this.
Okay.
I enjoy very much the idea to be with someone from Ireland, because it's quite the same as you can see of the Azores, the green mountains and all of that. I think he thinks he's working in his own home.
This is no publicity mock-up for the president. It's the real thing. The conditions could hardly be worse, with fog and torrential rain. As we can see, the Portuguese and the locals take the shakedown test extremely seriously. Meanwhile, in the McShea Mitsubishi, the president seems to be enjoying his Irish hospitality.
3 weeks ago. I was in Croatia, and I met the president of Croatia. So now in 1 month I meet 2 presidents. It's an honor for me.
I think it's very interesting the way he's working in the car. Is very different from the moment of the road, you know. It's very interesting.
The President's visit has been instigated by Luis Cogombrero, the rally manager.
When I told him that Niall was from Northern Ireland, he at once, because he's a very sharp man, he at once made all the connections.
You have a few Irish tastes yourself.
Yes, Irish whiskey, Irish wolfhounds, Irish women.
In which particular order?
Irish women, Irish whiskey, Irish wolfhounds.
They don't do starts like this back home. The man to beat on the island is the multiple Portuguese champion and 5 times winner of this event, Fernando Peres.
We have some drivers, foreigner drivers. One of them is world champion. So it's an opportunity that we have to drive and to try to win them. So for us it's very important for the factory, for Team Alemar to be here and to finish the rally and to try to win the rally.
Finnish Junior World Rally star Kosti Katajanmäki is number 4 in the Suzuki Super 1600.
I think we will lost quite a lot of time if we're comparing Group N cars, because there is so narrow corners and a lot of uphills.
Fellow countryman Christian Solberg comes straight from the Acropolis Rally, where he was 11th overall in a WRC Subaru.
I haven't driven a Group N car for nearly 2 years, so the engines are more powerful. They have now also 6-speed gearboxes, brakes are a little bit better, suspension has gone ahead, but still the step from WRC car to Group N is a massive step.
Christian may be a stranger to Group N, but his teammate Niall McShea has been out of the saddle all year.
Christian's here, and Christian competed in Greece last weekend, so he's match fit, as they would say. I think we're both a wee bit apprehensive to see how the cars will get on, but hopefully we should be able to manage quite well.
The ticker tape may have fallen to earth, but the fireworks are only beginning.
3, 2, 1, 20, absolute left in early, and absolute left in over crest, 20, keep left.
The Azores trip is a welcome bonus for Niall as he continues his efforts to break into the full World Rally Championship.
Absolute left.
It takes a huge amount of money to do the Production World Championship, but the fact is, you know, it's multiples of that to do anything in a WRC car. To do it correctly, you know, you can do it. Certainly, you know, I could hire a car and go and do the rallies in a WRC car, but to do it the way you actually need to do it, that the professional teams are willing to take a look at you when you do it. It's how you approach it, how you do your testing, gathering the right information before you go, and trying to make the best effort when you do go.
Minus in tight over 20, plus into absolute right, straight absolute crest.
Niall admits to being a little apprehensive and rather rusty, as it's 6 months since he clinched the world title in Australia.
Plus in over 30. Absolute left in, but don't cut over crest, and right 40. Line long, medium right, plus in tight over 20. Immediate medium left minus in over 10. Fast right plus to crest.
But the Fermanagh man isn't happy with his car. The differentials aren't working properly, and he's only 10th fastest.
And short absolute left and right. 259.
2 minutes 59 seconds. That's 6.2 seconds slower than the early leader, Ricardo Teodosio. Christian Solberg, who had to have an engine change after the shakedown stage, is second fastest, just 0.4 of a second behind the leader. Then it's the first Subaru, driven by Gustavo Loro, the 2004 Azorean Rally champion. And the real danger man from Portugal, Fernando Peres. All four drivers are within the same second. Pedro Chavez leads the Super 1600s in his Renault Clio. From Miguel Campos in the Peugeot 206. And Bruno Magales in the other Peugeot Total entry, completing the top three in the Super 1600.
Stage 2 north of Lago again starts in a quarry, but they are soon back on the gravel side roads of this beautiful island.
20. Keep right for long, very fast left, minus in tight over 10, exit OK. 20.
Niall is more competitive here, but it's hard work with those differentials acting up. And the Donnelly brothers' car is driving more like a rear-wheel drive Mark II Escort than a four-wheel drive Mitsubishi. Still, they're fourth fastest in the second stage, but 11.7 seconds behind their teammate. It's now a real struggle to keep this car in check.
Absolute right, 20.
Niall's teammate is having more luck, and Christian sets fastest time here. In fact, there are 3 Mitsubishis in the top 5 places. Perez is 0.8 of a second slower over the 14-kilometer test. Bruno Magales' Peugeot moves to the front of the Super 1600 race, but Lopez's Citroën C2 is beginning to show its pace. And Karajamaki has the Suzuki singing in third place. There are more kilometres in the quarry in the Ribeiro Grande stage before they get back out onto the country lanes again, and Perez has moved into the lead, but just by 0.1 of a second. Christian Solberg is sensational to watch in second place overall, and he certainly knows all about shortcuts. But he sets a slow time on this stage. He's only 11th fastest. Maybe it's because Mitsubishis are known not to like water. Armindo Arajo is another shortcut expert, and he's coming into the picture in the Galp Mitsubishi. He lies in third place overall, and he's 5th fastest on this stage, stage 4.
Tight to narrow, medium left and fast right. An immediate huge cut.
Huge cut
Absolute
indeed.
left and right through tunnel. 20. Late, medium left minus. Immediate, medium right minus, tight exit OK. Absolute right.
Now let's compare Niall's Red Evo with Horatio Franco's Silver One, which set the fastest time on this stage, but did not make the big cut. Now let's see how the Super 1600s compare. Magales in the silver Peugeot cuts, but Lopez in the red car plays it straight by not cutting. Migueles is fastest on the stage. It helps, mind you, when Pedro Chavez gets stuck on the hairpin.
There can be few more exotic rally locations in the world than overlooking the basin of Lago Azul and Lago Verde on the rim of this extinct volcano. But as number 2, Araujo, approaches at high speed, the reality sets in. Number 1 is missing. Niall and Killian have come to grief just yards from the start of stage 5. Fortunately, both are unhurt, but the Mitsubishi needs some care and attention.
Right and fast left plus in. Right, immediate short, very fast left minus 20. Killian. Oh, shit. You okay? Yeah, go on.
Unfortunately, we had problems immediately from the start of the rally. We were losing quite a bit of time and the car was quite difficult to drive, so when we arrived back to service here, I mentioned our problems to the guys and they believed they would be able to sort them out. Unfortunately, they spent, they tried their best and they were able to repair the centre diff problem that we had, which was making the car oversteer. It was like a rear-wheel drive Mark II Escort, so it was a little bit difficult. And they weren't able to do anything with the brakes, and unfortunately it caused an accident.
Just when we thought it couldn't get any worse for the visitors, it did. Christian Solberg passes us on stage 6, but he won't finish the test as he takes a wheel off the Evo a mile down the road and becomes the second Rallye Art Italia retirement. So at the end of the first leg, Fernando Peres leads by 38 seconds in his Evo 8. Armindo Araujo is second in the similar but Gulp-sponsored car. Horacio Franco, the multiple Azorean rally champion, has come up into third, just a minute behind the leaders, making it 3 Mitsubishis in the top 3 places. Gustav Loro, the current Azorean rally champion, leads the Subaru Brigade in 4th place, much to the delight of the locals. But that first stage leader, Ricardo Theodosio, is in trouble and will retire. Adrosillo Lopez has the Citroen C2 in front by 5 seconds in the Super 1600 race. Costa Kachamaki, the sole surviving visitor, has climbed to second in that category in the Suzuki. And Bruno Magalhaes, Peugeot 206 and Pedro Chavez and the Renault Clio give us 4 different makes in the top 4 places among the screaming 1600s. But for Niall and Killian, all there is left to enjoy is the local fiesta.
A series of enormous eruptions created these beautiful islands, and things have not completely quietened down since. With Peres and Araujo just 38 seconds apart in the race to the finish, the final day is bound to be explosive. And let's face it, one of these geezers is bound to win. Pedro Chavez brings his Clio home in 9th place and 4th quickest of the 1600 cars. Miguel Campos is half a minute behind his teammate in the Peugeot 206, and that's Migueles, who is runner-up in the Super 1600 category. Louis Rigo is 6th in his Mitsubishi Evo 8. Adrosillo Lopez wins Super 1600 for Citroen. Luis Pimentel is 4th in his Subaru. Azorean Horatio Franco has won many championships, but he's still to win this rally. He's third in his Mitsubishi Evo 8. Christophe Loro finishes in the runner-up spot after a spectacular drive in the Impreza. And as Niall and Killian think of what might have been, Fernando Peres motors to his 6th victory on the Sato Rallye Açores. It's an outstanding achievement for him and the Alamar Mitsubishi Rally team. Our little adventure in the Azores. We would have preferred, of course, if our world champion had won the event, and the Azoreans would have preferred if an Azorean had won the event, but life is never perfect. We will bring away from this island two outstanding memories. One is that there's some serious talent like back home in this part of the world, and the second is that this part of the world is extraordinary like our part of the world.